path to recovery continues, and with it comes a time of mourning for so many. Yesterday was a somber day in western North Carolina as communities came together for multiple events, ranging from a candlelight vigil for those lost to a procession for one fallen hero. And later this hour, we will show you how people have gathered to honor the victims of Helene.
Meanwhile, the exact number of people killed during Helene could still change. Right now, the State Department of Health and Human Services confirms at least 96 people have died in North Carolina. And in Buncombe County alone, leaders say at least 42 have died.
And this morning, we want to put names and faces to these figures. The feeling of loss impacting so many people right now. And Justin, I know you recently spent some time in the mountains and you got to see and hear some of these stories firsthand.
Yeah, I did. I spoke with a pastor of a church in Buncombe County in my hometown who is personally feeling the loss of a couple while still helping the community.
How many you gonna take?
Members of Victory Baptist Church in Black Mountain loaded up trucks to take supplies to hard-hit areas of Yancey County just about a week after Helene devastated the mountains.
Some of the hard-to-get places, you know, they're not getting a lot. And when they do get it, it just goes.
This church did get a lot.
We're doing it all, tried to.
Members collected and distributed food and supplies to their community.
We just turned this into this. It was a big warehouse.
As everyone chips in, Pastor Randy Gregg can't help but think about who's not here.
If she was here now, she would be in here all in this. She loved people.
His sister, Judy Dockery, and her husband, James Dockery, died when a landslide swept away their home in the Grovemont community of Swannanoa.
We figure she was pretty much killed instantly.
Their deaths came just a couple of weeks before their 44th wedding anniversary.
For them to go together, it was a godsend. That's how much they loved each other.
Many here knew them by Aunt Judy and Uncle James. Their loss hit the church hard.
Sunday morning, I got to have my moment of grief with my church. I just kind of broke down because we haven't got to.
We know that they're not hurting anymore, Lord. They're rejoicing in you, Lord. Oh, in the presence of you, God, Lord. Oh, God, they got to meet the one that they've been looking forward to all their life, Lord.
We just all had a crying moment, you know.
James Dockery was also a preacher. He gave his last sermon just a couple of weeks before he died.
Judgment begins at the house of God. That's right.
Amen. The last message he preached in the church was, you better get ready.
And the church seems ready for a renewed mission.
And a lot of people have told me, so this has changed me, you know. And I know it has me. I now see what the church is. It's not just a meeting place. It's a people that give from a heart.
Pastor Gregg is motivated in his grief.
I think that helps me stay where I need to be. Yeah, because I know that's where she would be. That's what she would be doing, so, and that's what she'd want me to do. She sure wouldn't want me sitting somewhere just, she'd say, get up from there. You know?
He is getting up and moving supplies and relief to others who are hurting.
We've made up our mind, all these folks has been so generous and to us that now when disaster hits somewhere else, this is what we're going to do. We're going to load up trucks and trailers and we're going to go. We need to get on the road.
What a powerful story. Heartbreaking to hear what this family is going through and will continue to deal with for quite some time. Unfortunately, they're not the only ones. So many people impacted with such dire loss, but it is motivating and inspiring to hear that they're turning to their faith and then helping so many other people during this difficult time in their own lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I interviewed Pastor Gregg, I asked if the Dockerys had any children, and he said yes, they had a son named Bruce. And it hit me in that moment, gave me chills, gives me chills now just to talk about it. Bruce and I went to school together. We were friends, and he was kind enough to meet up with us to tell us what happened and share some memories of his parents. Bruce Dockery showed us the area where that landslide hit his parents' home.
Yeah, down here is essentially my mom and dad's bedroom and part of their kitchen.
It come all the way from up there.
From all the way up there. And when it came down, their house, part of it landed here, part of it landed here, and the force pushed this house into these people's house.
Take a look at that damage. Still can't get over it. Tomorrow, hear what it took for him to get to them in the hours after Helene and the efforts of others to help the couple.
We are live right now at 8:01, and this week we've been sharing stories of the destruction and heartbreak Helene caused in the mountains, particularly in Buncombe County. It's part of our coverage, tracking the path to recovery after Helene.
Yesterday, I introduced you to a pastor in the Swananoa Valley where I grew up who lost his sister and brother-in-law. And this is the couple, James and Judy Dockery. They died after a landslide swept away their home. I met up with their son, Bruce, who I know, he's a friend from high school. We went to school together, and Bruce showed us what happened and shared the memory of his parents.
It was all mud.
Bruce Dockery has traveled these roads around the Grovemont community of Swananoa all of his life, but never with this much destruction.
Yeah, all this was blocked off the other day.
Never with this heavy of a heart.
As long as I can go into pure logic and I can talk about things and go into logic mode, I'm all right. It's when I get into the other side that things get a little rough.
It's hard to take in and be logical about what happened here, though. A landslide swept away the mobile home where Bruce grew up and where his parents, James and Judy Dockery, still lived. Bruce recalls the agonizing moments, the unknown, and the difficulty of getting here after Helene hit.
Nobody had signal. The phone systems were just down. And my phone started blowing up. And my uncle from South Carolina called me and told me about my dad. Said they had found my dad and the house place was gone. I said, I've got to go. And they said, you do what you got to do. And I couldn't get back to Swananoa. And all we knew is that my dad hadn't made it and we couldn't find my mom. There were literally entire trailer parks sitting in the road. The road was just gone. I finally managed to get on the interstate and the bridge at Beacon was gone, so there was absolutely no way to get in. Every back road had a small bridge and every bridge was destroyed. Finally parked at one of the destroyed gas stations and I climbed a tree and went across one of the wrecked bridges and was walking through the woods when I heard that my mom hadn't made it either.
What did you do at that moment?
Sit on a log and cry. And pray and cry and pray.
Driving here may be easier now, but emotionally, it's still hard.
I'll admit, when I saw their headboard and their mattress, I just had to hit my knees and cry. Down here is essentially my mom and dad's bedroom and part of their kitchen.
They come all the way from up there.
From all the way up there. And when it came down, their house, part of it landed here, part of it landed here, and the force pushed this house into these people's house.
As Bruce showed us around, we met Jesse Bryant.
This joker is the one that found Daddy and dragged him out and then sat with Mama until help got here.
Until they got here, finally. But I spent every last second with James, and we did try, we really tried.
Bryant is a neighbor and Dockery family friend.
Because all of this was so rubbled up, there was no way in or out of either way besides just to carry him. And we found a piece of board up here and we put him on that, and 4 other guys, we put him on our back and carried him out of here. And it was a very long hike, a very long hike.
They got him all the way to the women's prison.
He held all the way in until, about the end of the road. I feel like I got a good solid yes that Judy was out here out of him, and that's about all we could get out of him. And so then that's why I couldn't give up looking for Judy, because I knew she was out here somewhere.
Bruce's parents died just about 2 weeks shy of their 44th wedding anniversary.
I don't believe Judy felt a thing.
No.
I think that impact just, and they went on to heaven together.
Yeah.
And they're together. They didn't have to spend a day on this crazy earth without each other.
That's my mom and dad and me at Easter a couple of years ago.
Bruce and his parents shared a deep faith that's helped him in these days and weeks since the storm.
I think I would have went mad if it wasn't for knowing God's promise and just feeling the peace, because my parents lived their faith. I know where they're at. I know my parents are safe. I know I've been joking, they're sitting there eating fried chicken with St. Peter. I'm not worried about it. And from now on, it's just a new beginning.
Now, as the small creek that swelled into a destructive force of nature trickles through his family's home place, Bruce is left only with memories.
We had the tool shed, Mama's car, Daddy's truck, and that old horse barn was all up there, and it's all gone. Most of the stuff that was down there at the very, very bottom was right here, was on this end, and it went straight down.
He's still discovering material pieces of their lives.
That's my uncle.
It was on the road down here.
Thanks to the kindness of people he doesn't even know.
I was Judy and James's son.
Oh, honey.
We witnessed that moment.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, well,
And this one. A
Right,
man
but then
found a
he had
guitar
Les
that had
Paul,
belonged to Bruce's dad.
I saved it, and I want to bring it back to you guys.
Oh, wow.
The case is completely destroyed, but I want you guys to have it.
His Les Paul, you found it.
I got it. I didn't want anybody to steal it. Put your information in there. I'm here till Friday.
That is incredible.
Among the items Bruce has found, this chalk drawing.
Totally unhurt through all this rain and water. Road to heaven, it was, it's got a little damage, but to be in the mud and the rain and the flood, and it's a chalk drawing.
A tangible sign of his parents' faith and journey.
They made that road. They traveled it. They got to the end.
It's an incredible story. It's unimaginable loss. It's heartbreaking. And you just feel for Bruce, his family, and frankly, everyone in Western North Carolina, and even other states that have lost someone due to this storm. It's stories we continue to hear, and they crush you.
And I really appreciate him taking time to share memories of his parents. He wanted to do that. Among the items he found there, he talked about finding a couch. It was a couch that his parents had for years, and he said so many friends and relatives had stayed on it over the years. And it was really a symbol of their welcoming spirit, their hospitality. He said his mom loved to feed people. She would always have an eclair and a casserole on that couch ready for them. His dad always had a pot of coffee going and just wanted people to come and sit and talk. And so he's got those memories, and he's planning to have a funeral perhaps in December. That's around his dad's birthday.
Can't imagine how hard that's going to be, but it certainly sounds like his parents were people of faith, and he's going to be relying on his faith moving forward.
That's right.
Justin, thank you for bringing us that touching story, and we want you to stay with us. It is 8:09, and we're going to have much more coming up here on Spectrum News 1. Stay with us.